Hello, my dear students. Very good morning to all of you. I welcome you all to this FIBSC online lecture. As we know that we are studying the chemical energetics topic, in which we studied in the previous lectures the important terms used in the thermodynamics as well as different kinds of heat formation we studied in the yesterday's lecture. In that heat formation, we studied the heat of formation, that is enthalpy formation, heat of solution, heat of neutralization, heat of hydration, heat of vaporization, heat of sublimation, heat of fusion, everything, the different types of heat formation we studied in the yesterday's lecture. So this is the one more of a lecture of chemical energetics, in which we are going to study bond enthalpy or bond energy and resonance energy. These are the very important points which we are going to study in the today's lecture. Let me see. Now first of all we are going to study the bond enthalpy or bond energy. What is meant by bond enthalpy or bond energy? The bond energy of a particular bond, it is related to the whenever the bonds are formed, the certain amount of energy which is released, that is known as the bond energy. That we can define it. The bond energy of a particular bond is defined as the average amount of energy released when one mole of bonds are formed from isolated gaseous atoms, or the amount of energy required when one mole of bonds are broken so as to get the separated gaseous atoms. Very simple. Where we can see here the amount of energy, the amount of energy released when, as we know that when the amount of energy will be released, the amount of energy is released only whenever the bond formations are there, means two different atoms, that is isolated gaseous atoms combined, then and only the amount of energy is released. That is the one thing. And second thing, whenever the bonds are broken, suppose if two different bonds are there, suppose H and H is there or Cl is there, if you want to break the bonds, then what you require, whenever you want to break the bonds, you have to supply the amount of energy which is required. You have to supply the energy to break the molecules, for that is the amount of energy required. Whenever the bonds formed, the amount of energy is released. As we know, that is very simple concept is there. So here the bond energy of a particular bond is defined, that is amount of energy released when one mole of bonds are formed. This is very important, where the one mole of bonds are formed from isolated gaseous atoms, or the amount of energy required when one mole of bonds are broken. Means whenever you want to broke one mole of bonds, you want to broke, you require the energy, or whenever the one mole of bonds are formed, you require the amount of energy is released. So therefore the bond energy is defined as the amount of energy released when one mole of bonds are formed from its isolated gaseous atoms, or the amount of energy required when one mole of bonds are broken into the separated gaseous atoms. So that is the bond energy. So that we have to remember very clearly the bond energy. Energy is which is nothing but related to the bond formation or bond breaking, whether we can see bond dissociation or bond formation. So this certain amount of energy, it is known as called as the bond energy. That is the average amount of energy released when one mole of bonds are formed from its gaseous atoms, or the amount of energy required when one mole of bonds are broken into separated gaseous atoms. For example, we can see here for diatomic molecules like H2 is there, HCl is there, the bond energy is equal to its dissociation energy of a molecule. But for polyatomic molecule like CH4, the bond dissociation energy for 4 CH bonds are different. Here we can say that for diatomic molecules, the bond energy equal to the bond dissociation of the two molecules. But in case of the polyatomic molecules, where the polyatomic molecule means the bond is formed with the different atoms. That is, the bond dissociation energy of the 4 carbon hydrogen are different. Therefore, the average can be taken. Here we can see very simple. Here CH4, or you can say CH4 means carbon is attached to 4 different atoms. Here the dissociation energy for different bonds can be possible. So here we have to take the average of that energies. So therefore, hence the average value is taken for the polyatomic molecules. But in case of the diatomic molecules, directly there is bond dissociation energy equal to the bond energy. So here we can see in the table of 1.1 the bond energies of some common bonds. Here we can see HH bond, that is H2 molecules, there is bond energies which is always measured in the kilojoules per mole, because energy is there per mole. We define the bond energy with respect to the per mole, so that the bond energy for hydrogen, that is H2 molecule, that is 436 kilojoules per mole. For HF molecule 565 kilojoules per mole. HCl we can see 431, HBr 364. Likewise, here we can say CH bond, bond energy is 414. OH bond 463, NH bond 389, CC bond is 347. Like we can see the different bond energies. Here also we can see some more examples. CC we can say FF, or in case of the halogens of fluorine means F2, Cl2, Br2. Here we can see the bond energies of 155, 242, 190. Even we can see in the oxygen molecule, O2 molecule, N2 molecules, C double bond C, C triple bond C, different. Here we can see C triple bond N also. The bond energies, certain values are given in the table. So here the bond energies, that is with the help of the bond energy, heat of reaction can be calculated. Very simple. Where the heat of reaction can be calculated from the bond energy data by the following formula. Here we can see the direct formula. Delta H of a reaction means with respect to the bond energies, where whenever if you want to calculate the heat of reaction or delta H, if certain bond energies if it is given, in such a case with the help of bond energies we can calculate the delta H. Here you can see the delta H equal to summation of bond energies of the reactants minus summation of the bond energies of the products. Very simple. What we have to do it, whether for a particular reaction if bond energies are given, whether it is for reactant molecules or whether it is for product molecule, just what we have to do, we have to add the bond energies of the reactant, and then that is they add the bond energies of the product. Here we can see products are subtracted from the reactants, then you will get the delta H for that reaction. Let me see some examples. Here let me see one of the example, calculation of bond energy. Here you can see they calculate the enthalpy change for the reaction of H2 plus Br2, it gives the HBr. This is the one of the reaction is there. H2 molecules in the gaseous form, Br2 in the gaseous form, it forms HBr. Again that is gas is there, where they calculate the enthalpy change, that is enthalpy heat formation we have to calculate, where the bond energies are given. Very simple. What are the bond energies are given? HH for bond energies for HH, Br and HBr are 435, 192, 364 kilojoules per respectively. Here we can see here means for HH there is 435 kilojoules, for Br for bromine dissociation you require the 192, for HBr 364 kilojoules per mole respectively. Now see here the first method and the second method. First we have to calculate the method by classical method, means we have to add the total energies for dissociation as well as the formation. Then we can see the, if you subtract the both, we can say the bond energy is released by the first method, as well as after this method again we have to see the direct formula method, that is summation of bond energies of the reactants minus summation of the bond energies of the product, that we already seen in the. Now this here we can see the formula, bond energies of the reactants minus bond energies of the product. Let's see the first method. Now try to understand first. Here the problem is given, calculate the enthalpy change for the reaction, where H2 and Br2 are the reactant molecules. Try to understand first. H2 and Br2 are the reactant molecules, and HBr is the product molecules. What we have to do? Now see, H2 and Br2, first we have to break the molecule. Therefore, dissociation of HH bonds are given, means dissociation means whenever we want to break the molecule, just we studied what is the bond energy. For breaking the molecules you require the energy, that is you have to absorb the energy for that molecules. For formation energy is released. Try to understand. H2 and Br2 both are first reactant molecules. HH molecules are breakdown, Br molecules are breakdown and combined with H and Br, then it forms the HBr. Means for hydrogen and for the bromine you have to calculate the dissociation energy. Means first you calculate the addition of the both two. Here we can see energy absorbed in the dissociation of 1 mole of HH bond, that is 435, and energy absorbed in the dissociation of Br bond, that is 192. Means what we have to do, first you have to add these the dissociation energies of 435 plus 192, it gives you 627 kilojoules, that is energy absorbed. See, try to understand, this is the energy absorbed for what means. If you want form the HBr, first you have to break the H2 and Br2, then the energy is required, that is 627 kilojoules. Now let go for the product side. Now where the product is formed, that is HBr, which is formed, means what, there is energy is released. So energy released for formation of 2 moles. Now try to understand it. HBr is 2 molecules are given, means 2 moles of HBr is there, means for formation of the data is given for 364 kilojoules. This is for 1 mole of, that is for 1 mole, but in the product there is 2 moles are 2 molecules of HBr is formed. Therefore 2 into 364, you will get the 728 kilojoules energy is released. Here now try to understand, for total energy absorbed for reactant molecule, that is 627, and the energy is released for product, that is the 728. Therefore the 728 is the greater one. So energy release, that is equal to 728 minus 627 kilojoules, you will get 101 kilojoules, which is released. Here it is the release, that is, see, always try to understand here, there is a negative sign is there, minus 101 kilojoules, which is energy is released. This is by the classical method. This is calculated by the dissociation energy and the formation energy. Now let me see the second method, which is directly using the formula. What is the formula is there? Delta H of reaction, already we seen that bond energy, the summation of bond energies of the reactants minus bond energies of the products. Now see, bond energy of the HH, that is the reactant, bond energy of the Br, we have to add it both, म्हणजे दोन्हीचे reactants addition करा, minus bond energies of the product. But product is HBr, but here the 2 moles are there, therefore you multiply it, 435 plus 192, this is the reactant, minus 2 into 364. What is 2 into 364? 364 is for 1 molecule, 2 is for the 2 molecules, means there are 2 moles are there. Again you have to try to calculate 627 minus 728, which is of 101 kilojoules. Again we obtain the same data, that is minus 101 kilojoules. What is the minus sign indicates? There is the energy is released. Always I told in the yesterday's lecture also, if negative sign indicates the energy is released and the positive sign indicates the, that is, you require the amount of energy is there. Now let me see. Next is resonance energy. This is very simple molecule. This is where you require the amount of energy required for the stabilization, that is called as the resonance energy, where we can write the resonance of the benzene molecule, resonance of the hybrid where we resonance molecules are there, means resonance is the stabilization energy. So here we can see the extent of stabilization of a substance per mole as consequence of resonance is called as the resonance energy or stabilization energy. Very simple, where the energy is required for the stable the molecules, where the energy is required to stable the molecule, that is extent of stabilization of the substance per mole as a consequence of resonance is called as resonance energy or resonance stabilization energy. Here we know that benzene is a stable molecule, it is having the 3 double bonds in the alternate ring positions, where the benzene can be, we can write in the resonance form, means there is a different exchange of the bonds are there, 3 resonance molecule, 3 stable molecules here we can say. So with that we can say it is possible to calculate the resonance energy from the heat of hydrogenation as under, for example, heat of hydrogenation of cyclohexane, that is minus 29 kilocalorie per mole, which contains only 1 double bond. So here the heat of hydrogenation is always negative. Here we can see the calculation. Heat of hydrogenation for 3 double bonds in case of the benzene, 3 into minus 29. Here in a 6-membered ring compound, that is you will get the minus 87 kilocalorie per mole. But heat of hydrogenation of benzene, which is minus 50 minus 87. So finally you will get resonance energy of a benzene 37 kilocalorie per mole. So try to understand here, the simple concept is there, where the resonance energy, which is a stabilization of energy, that is some extent of the stabilization, that is known as the resonance energy. So with this, here we can say in this lecture we studied the bond of energy, that is bond energy or bond enthalpy, as well as resonance energy. With this I will stop here. In the next lecture, we will see the last point of the topic, that is third law of thermodynamics. With this I will stop here. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.